The reason I'm going to go over what I'm about to go over is because I still have a lot of people not knowing how to get into these meetings, where to find things. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly, since this is recording, I'm going to post this up and hopefully people will watch this so I don't have to keep answering the same questions for things that are fairly obvious, or at least I would say is obvious. So bear with me for like 2 minutes so I can quickly go over that and then we'll get into what we're doing today. So first things first, let me go on ahead and do a new screen share. And let me swing this window here over. Okay. So really quick, I have a lot of questions on your textbook and basically how to log in. If you look in all caps, it says reading material with giant exclamation points, chapter 1, section 1, and there is how you do last week's reading assignment right there. I posted that September 11th, so that would have been the Friday before this was even an assignment, and you will notice it's right above chapter 1, section 1, biology. And the reason that tells you in that assignment to log into the textbook is because I created that assignment 4 weeks ago. And it was when I assumed we were going to have textbook logins. However, we're not going to have those because the textbook system online is not very good. It's very slow. It's better for me just to go on ahead and attach them as PDFs. Now, why aren't these attached to this assignment? Well, that's because I posted this 4 weeks ago. And because of that, I can't go back and reattach things. So I had to do it as 2 pieces. That's why they're right next to each other on this deal here. The other thing to mention is this week's reading material, because I created this last week, and I know you weren't going to have logins, I went on ahead and added in the reading pages here. So your textbook reading stuff, I'm posting them as PDFs from now on. It's faster that way, and you won't have to deal with a login, and we don't have to waste a bunch of money for 104 different logins to this textbook company, because to be honest with you, they do not deserve our money as bad as their system is. So anyways, that is where that is. Other things, where are the Zoom links? Well, if, again, you go to really important stuff, and you click on Zoom schedule, and you click that, not only does it tell you when to meet, but it also has the links there. So other places you would find that, the week ahead, when you click on this document, you guys can see that I revamped this document so it's easier to understand. Here's the Zoom schedule. Here's the Zoom links. Also, every single day that you are supposed to be on Zoom, I post about it, and I generally also post the link with it. So I'm trying to keep you guys trying to keep you guys up to date, trying to make sure that you guys know what's coming your way. And if I am posting something, it's going to be in multiple locations right now because I'm trying to get people just logged in, just showing up, so on and so forth. You guys can see there's only like 4 or 5 of you here today, and we have a class of 20 plus. So it's very hard for me as a teacher to roll stuff out right now and get you all on the same page if no one's showing up to these things. I look at my YouTube statistics, and I'm only getting like 30 views of video or less, which means even when I'm going through these Zooms and posting them, most people aren't even watching, and no wonder they don't know what to do. So thank you, Third Hour, for listening to that quick little rant so it could get recorded and put up on video. I appreciate you. Okay, let's go on ahead and talk about what it is we're doing this week. And I just want to go on ahead and quickly cover this so that you guys know what I'm talking about for some of these things. This week, you're supposed to read Chapter 2, Section 1 and complete the attached assignment. You'll notice that I am hyperlinking in here. This is to a view-only file, and this is just so that you know what the actual assignment looks like. You won't be able to work on this copy of it. You'll have to find that over here, and it's right there for you to work on. And it's just simple vocabulary, and then I just want you to summarize this section. This reading assignment will also be for next week. So once you get this knocked out today or this week sometime, this will count for next week's reading assignment as well, because next week you will be finding things like predation, symbiosis, mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism, That's next week. And that's what you'll be going out to your ecosystem and trying to find. So if you only want to do the ecology stuff down to like, say, biome and habitat, and even niche. So if you want to stop at niche, you can stop there this week, and then you can finish up the interaction stuff next week. So you don't have to do it all at once. But the point of this reading assignment is to get you ready for what you guys are doing today, which is really just this week, which is just identifying abiotic and biotic factors in your ecosystem, taking a soil sample or two. Well, 3 soil samples. Okay. It also tells you to complete abiotic factors. Abiotic factors is the assignment that is prepping you for what you'll be doing this week for your project. So when you click on this one, it's fairly straightforward in that you're going to watch a video and answer some questions, and each of the questions are on a separate slide. And then you're going to do a soil. I'm whistling when I'm talking. It's weird. It's totally weird. I never whistle when I talk, and I've totally turned into some, anyways. Okay, point being, so you're gonna go to this website right here. You're gonna follow along with the website, and you're gonna answer these questions. The website is actually a fairly good website about soil health, and soil is the basis for every ecosystem, every terrestrial ecosystem. If you have bad soil, you will not have a healthy ecosystem. The things living there won't have the nutrients they need to survive. There's a lot of things I could talk about. I'm not going to waste your time. Point is, it's all in here. So the questions for each slide are located on the exact link. And what I mean by that is if I go to the next one, I linked to the actual part of the website that will answer those questions. And you'll actually kind of see that some of these questions I just stole right from the website because they were good questions. So you're going to walk through that activity, and that's it. Once you get down to this last slide, you're going to take a quick quiz, and you're going to screenshot the score right there. So that's going to be an actual quiz grade, and you're welcome to take that until you get an 80%. So you can take that as many times as you need until you get the 80%. I just want you guys to make sure that the knowledge is here before you go out to work on your project stuff. Okay, finally, as I close this stuff out, get back to the week ahead, you'll see that you're also working on your first field investigation that I keep alluding to. And your first field investigation is also fairly straightforward this week. You are going to go and take some notes about the ecosystem that you're in. So I have some questions here for you to fill out. They're not really questions. They're just guiding what to write down that's important about your ecosystem. You can also see that I want you to add in a satellite view of your ecosystem. And I have created an example. Let me see if I can find the darn thing. Here it is. Okay, so here's my example here. I filled out the information. I took a satellite view of the ecosystem. You can see I chose Lions Park because it's got a nice stream running through it that's full of stuff to go look at and investigate. Everything from leeches to frogs to fish to snakes to whatever. There's lots of stuff that's living out there that you can go take a look at. So there's the satellite view. I also included different photos and things of the ecosystem so that we can get an idea, or I can get an idea what your ecosystem looks like. And then other things that you're working on, you're going to go out and you're going to take a soil sample this week. And I would prefer you to go out with a hand shovel, like a little garden trowel. They're about this long, and they're like little miniature shovels. Try and get yourself about that deep down and about that big of a round of a soil sample, and you're going to pull it up and take a look at what's inside of it. And you're going to be looking for things like organic material. You're going to be looking for roots and how deep the roots actually go. If the roots are going deep, generally that's a good indication that you have a good, healthy soil, because they have plenty of resources the further down they go, number one, so they want to go down. But the deeper they go down, it's hard for roots to penetrate hard soils or really compact soils, things like clay. So they'll have really shallow roots. But if you've got a nice, loamy, loose soil that's been worked through by beetles and critters and all of that, the roots of different plants should be easily reaching down, sometimes several feet. If you look at some of the stuff that grows here in Kansas, the wild prairie grasses and stuff, their roots will go down 5 to 20 feet deep in the soil. So as John's falling asleep, that's my cue to keep moving. So anyways, point is, you're going to take a soil sample and you're going to insert your 3 photos of your 3 different soil samples. So a photo of each, and write down your notes. Again, if you do that soil sample assignment before you go out, you'll know what you're looking for. If you don't do that soil assignment before this, you're not really going to know what to write down for notes. You're also not really going to know what is indicative of healthy or poor quality soil. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then you're also writing down things about your water sources. So your water sources, your sunlight, and your air quality. And these are your other abiotic factors. Abiotic factors are things that are non-living and have never been living. So what that means is rocks were never alive. Not one time has a rock ever talked to another rock. So rocks are non-living. Water is non-living. Water is inside of living things, but it itself is not living. It never has. Same thing with air, same thing with sunlight, and same thing with most of the minerals and things in your ecosystem. So those are abiotic factors, non-living, never living factors, but they're important to the life in the ecosystem. So you're going out there and really just getting a brief overview of the resources of your ecosystem and what it looks like. The idea is we're going to define your ecosystem this week, and then next week you're going to go out and start actually finding the living things in there, and you're going to be, pointing out how they interact with each other. Okay, so this is your project for this week. This is what I expect you to get knocked out. The one thing I want to point out before I let all of you go, I told you this was going to be short and to the point, and I am almost at my 15 minutes I told you I'd keep it to. So I got 3 minutes left, so just stick with me. Okay. On your Google Classroom, you will see that I put the overview, all of the different slides and all of the different parts or assignments and parts of your project. That is here. Again, that is a file that you cannot edit. It's just there to show you what you'll be doing in the future. And this video here that I posted is talking about this file and the overall project and how to pick an ecosystem and things like that. So if you're at the point right now and you're not sure what ecosystem you're going to pick, watch this video and I explain some of the important things that you want to make sure your ecosystem has in it. So that is really it for the week. You have your reading assignment, you have your abiotic factors assignment, you have your field investigation of part 1 to go do in your ecosystem of choice. I recommend Lions Park, obviously. It's got a lot of unique species there. However, I would prefer it if not everybody went there. So if you have a better one to go to, choose that. If you've got like a farm field down the road that you'd rather use, go do that. That's totally cool. No worries there. One more thing before I let you go. I have not posted it yet. I'm going to post it right now. And I'm only posting this after the very end of my, my Zoom sessions this week. I am going to post a Google Doc up here for all of you. And this Google Doc, to show you as it pops up, is, oops, it's not that. That's the wrong thing. Why did I click that? Because I'm a doofus. That's why. It's totally because I'm a doofus. Here we go. I'll show you the 5th hours. This is what you guys are going to have added on as an assignment for this week. And all this is the linked versions of all of your videos and presentations for the About Me video. Click on these, give some feedback to some of your fellow students, some of your peers. Make sure all of the feedback is 100% positive. Be nice as possible. You need to comment on at least 6 different people's videos or presentations, basically saying, hey, what's up? Good to meet you, things like that, okay? The idea is that I want you guys to kind of get an idea of who is in your classroom and who you'll be working with in these Zoom sessions in the coming weeks. So this is going to get posted up for you as soon as I hit end meeting here. So just expect that to be up there this week. This is for all classes. All right, are there any questions before I let you guys go? I kept it to 15 minutes exactly. Okay, there are no questions, guys. Like I said, this is short and to the point. Next week, we will be in Zoom. You need to have all of your examples from your project. We'll be going over the things in your project together in breakout groups, okay? Other than that, I'll see you later. Have a great week. Go out there, be safe, investigate some nature and things and stuff.